Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Gamers podcast. Can't teach an old gamer new tricks. I'm Ryan, and with me, as always, my good buddy Rob.
I'm his good buddy Rob.
He's my good buddy Rob.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Hey.
Well, it's been a couple of weeks. We've been in the throes of playoff hockey here in Edmonton, and that's been mostly the excuse why we've been canceling our a lot of Monday night games.
And we're tired.
And we're tired too.
Very tired.
But you know what? We have all the news tonight.
It's been a busy couple weeks.
Yeah. So
real busy. So we're going to talk with you guys about it.
Yeah. We'll get right into it. First, I'll just mention we don't have a affiliate link anymore. It does not work.
We don't know who we are anymore.
Yeah, we don't know who we are. But if you wanted to do something that's free to help us out, you could just add a like somewhere, on the YouTube, on your app player of choice. Leave us a review. That gets us a little exposure as well. We like exposure. But not like the trench coat kind, because, that's gross. But
that is just gross.
Internet exposure. Nope, still not the type of exposure.
No.
Yeah. So,
and
what's that?
Reach out to us.
Oh, yeah.
You can email us at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com and let us know. Let us know if we made you laugh or if you think I'm dumb. I don't know.
Ooh, what's the email for that, Rob?
www.tellrobhe'sdumb.com/net.
.org.
.org.
Well, Rob,
you can reach me at my ICQ number 7732.
All right.
Blue Skidoo. All right. Why don't we talk video games?
Yeah. This is episode number 136, Rob.
Yay.
And we're just going to get right on into news here. So Sony doing Sony stuff as they like to. They decided to have their own little state of play on May 30th. To beat the rush of the Summer Game Fest, which started on June 7th. They showed some games.
They did.
They did.
They were there. They were there. They said some things.
Yeah, they unveiled the new multiplayer shooter Concord. They showed some actual gameplay footage of that. They announced God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC in September. Bunch of
some other stuff.
And some other stuff. Saints and Sinners. Oh, the company that made Saints and Sinners, The Walking Dead game, are making a new game for PlayStation VR called Behemoth.
I bet it is.
Yeah. They also showed some footage of the Alien Rogue Incursion, which is another PSVR 2 title. Looked freaky.
Why don't you just head straight to the one thing that both of us care about?
Path of Exile 2?
That's not it.
Oh. Silent Hill 2 remake?
I don't like scary games. You know exactly what it is.
I know, Rob. We're talking about the new Astrobot game. So, I've been heard some things. People are upset it's not going to be a VR game, but you know what? There was that demo game And it's actually a pretty long game, like for a
Mm-hmm.
demo, but came out with every PS5 to show off everything new with the PS5, and it's an Astrobot game.
Yep.
So I think people are just ready to play. It's very familiar to lots of people now.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, and they showed some footage of it, and it looks awesome.
It looks pretty cool. It looks like it's a side-scrolling platformer, right? Or is it 3D
No,
platformer?
no, it's 3D again. It looks like
3D.
they took Astrobot Rescue Mission
Mm-hmm.
and made it into yeah, like just a game
Band
without VR, right?
made it into a Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah. Which
Excellent. Well, that's enough about State of Play. That's dumb.
yeah,
No one likes Sony anyway.
yeah, everyone hates Sony now, right?
Everyone hates Sony.
Do you have a comment for this next little story here? I don't know if you noticed it sandwiched between the State of Play and Summer Game Fest.
Ah, yes. Atari acquired Intellivision.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny because neither company is actually the same company as it was back in the 80s anyway.
Yeah.
But Atari announced that they would be acquiring Intellivision, which basically means they're going to get access to a bunch of the intellectual properties. It has nothing to do with the Amico. They announced that very specifically that
Mm-hmm.
Intellivision will still be working on releasing that. But what it does mean is some of the games that they're kind of stuck in limbo may get released to something else because Atari actually will spend a little money. But Atari's been bought 3 times since the 80s. Intellivision is basically Tommy Tallarico's bastard child. Neither company is the same one it was before, but I think for a lot of us, the main thing about it was the fact that headline is something we thought we'd never see.
Yeah.
Like, if it happened in the 80s, it would have been like Sony bought Microsoft. You know, it would have been a pretty big deal.
Nintendo buys Sega.
Nintendo buys Sega, which is still Ryan's pick for the year.
It's my pick every year.
But yeah, it was just a very interesting thing. A lot of it should breathe some life into some of the Intellivision games that are coming out, but will do nothing for the Amico. So we're still stuck with the Amico home, as it were. So
Yeah. Did a couple of years ago, I mean, I think pretty sure we reported on it. Wasn't Atari going off in all these directions? Like, weren't they going to make... This must have been pre-pandemic or early pandemic, where they were talking about making their hotels, the Atari hotels or something.
yeah, they were going to have an Atari casino or something in the
Yeah.
the Atari hotels. Yeah,
Huh.
so maybe some of that came out. Like Atari has had some like the Atari 50
Mm-hmm.
collection was was really good. Like
Yeah.
I think there's some excitement around Atari, so it's
And they just
it's
put
been
out that Yar's Revenge.
yeah, that's true. So, you know, Atari's definitely making some waves. I mean, they're still not 3DO, but you know, they're doing all right.
Yeah.
They're doing all right. So it was a cool little story, more of a something for people aimed our age. You know, you need like Magnavox buys trash or Magnavox buys Tandy. That would be another one there, but
Yeah.
what about? Got a question for you, Ryan.
Yes.
Do you like video games?
Eh.
Do you like summer?
Ooh, I do like summer.
What if we talked about a bunch of games in a collection of summer-related events, led by the one and only Jeff Keighley?
I'm in.
Would that be something interest you?
That would interest me.
Okay, all right.
So,
We should.
Summer Game Fest began June 7th.
It did.
It did. And they had their big epic 3 or 7 hour video event.
Yep.
And yeah.
Do you want to just cover some of like the highlights, like personal highlights?
We can't go through everything that was announced here.
No.
But yeah, we can take turns like going down this list here.
Yeah, and this is the opening night. So Jeff Keighley had an opening night event where they had like some world premieres and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also was a Microsoft event, there was an Ubisoft event, there was a PC Gamer event.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers. Yeah.
It wasn't great.
But yeah, what were some of the things about the opening day event or the opening day announcements, Ryan, that jumped
Well,
right out at you?
so he opened the show with Lego Horizon Adventures,
Yeah.
which is Aloy adventuring in the Lego universe. Like, this is not announced just, you know, a week and a bit prior in Sony's own state of play, because it's not, it's a Lego game, so it's a collaboration.
Yeah. But Sony IP.
Mm-hmm. It's
Um,
very weird. I mean, looks like fun. I mean, all the Lego games are fun in their own way, right? Like,
yeah. You know what's interesting about that one is it's coming to Switch. So that's got to be the Lego side of things because
right.
Horizon Adventures, being a Sony IP, you would not expect to see
Oh yeah.
on the Nintendo product.
Oh yeah, coming to PC, Switch, and PS5.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
Xbox. Oh no.
No, no, no. Oh, and then what else you got here?
Well, I mentioned the Harry Potter Quidditch Champions was announced, official reveal, and this was something that people I know were kind of clamoring for after the Harry Potter video game, the Wizarding World, or what was it called? Yeah, Wizarding World, right? Harry
Sure,
Potter.
it was big.
Yeah, the big Harry Potter video game that came out last year. But people were a little choked that there's no Quidditch in it, and the developer had said that they weren't. It was something they had looked at, but it didn't add. So this is why. Because
There's no quit in Quidditch.
yeah, there's no quit in Quidditch. So it's coming as a standalone game, and it is coming. Oh, I thought I saw a date. Oh, it says it's coming this summer. So they have
Okay.
until August 31st to get that out.
You know one that I had to shake my head a little bit at
Mm-hmm.
is did you ever see anyone play Choo Choo Charles?
No.
Basically, it's a horror game starring a train,
Oh.
and it's got some really interesting artwork. Like it's a very surreal game.
Okay.
So the guy behind that is releasing a game about koala bears trying to escape prison in like a a prison escape type game, like The Escapists
Yeah.
was, I guess.
Okay.
Um, called Cuff Bust.
Hmm.
Just a very interesting. It'd be like by the makers of God of War,
Yeah.
Cutesy Panda, Cutesy Pandy game.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, so that looked good. And then a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. Civilization 7 do anything for you?
Well, kinda. Because, I mean,
Okay.
I like a good Civilization game, but the man himself actually introduced it.
That's true.
Sid Meier was there.
That was
I was
kind of
like,
neat.
I was
And
like,
he looks exactly like I figured he would be. He's like,
absolutely. Yeah.
hey friends, how
Yeah.
you doing?
Hey, friends.
Hey, welcome to my neighborhood. So that's coming out 2025.
Yes.
Uh, other games.
They showed some more Monster Hunter Wilds, which is their next big entry in that.
Games. More games.
Uh,
Some more games.
DLC for Alan Wake 2 called The Night Springs.
Gotcha. You know what? Sonic X Shadow Generations was interesting to me. Because it's a remaster of Sonic Generations, which is a PS3 era game.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
October 25th. It's just funny. Every time I see a remake of a game that's only PS3,
Yeah.
And then I have to think about it for a second. I'm like, only PS3 is still 12 to 15 years old.
Yeah.
And then I feel sad. And then I eat ice cream out of the bucket.
Uh, just I don't even bother with a bowl.
I just straight to my belly.
They showed some footage um, or they showed the story cinematic of Dune Awakening, which is going to be a
Right.
survival MMO. A lot of Dune stuff coming out right now.
Yeah, it's the popularness.
What else we got here? Sequel to Hyperlight Drifter, Hyperlight Breaker.
Okay.
Oh, that's all the big stuff, I guess.
Yeah. You know what? If you want to Google this and see all the games involved in every show, feel free. But
Yeah,
we're just going to hit the highlights
we're just gonna hit
because
the highlights.
highlights to us. What's important to us?
Yeah. All right. Now, let us talk about the Xbox showcase, which was on June 9th. Sunday there.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
I appreciate you. One thing I appreciate about it is they put the Call of Duty thing at the end. So
Yes.
those of us who couldn't give two craps about the new Call of Duty could not watch it.
Mm-hmm.
While those who are and are excited about it, they can watch it to their heart's content.
So, of course, they opened the show with a trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops 6, right? Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I must have missed that one. I thought that was at the end, but
Well, no, they had the big
ah,
like behind the scenes and another hour of just Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So they showed the gameplay reveal trailer
gotcha.
for at the very beginning.
Did it look kind of Call of Duty-ish?
It looked very Call of Duty-ish.
Yeah.
Then one that I had no idea was even being worked on, but kind of intrigued me. Doom Dark Ages, which is taking Doom back to like medieval times. Like, I don't even think you have machine guns. I think it's all like melee weapons and
Right.
or like very like primitive guns. I think if you get any.
Yeah, wouldn't this be Hexen? Wasn't Hexen like the game in the Quake engine that was like medieval?
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. But
I mean, I'm sure it's cool.
yeah, but I don't know. I like a good Doom game once in a while.
Yeah.
Get into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our good friend Brent has been talking about wanting to see some of the next one that came up, which was State of Decay 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I put a good amount of time into State of Decay 2, like very late to the game, but I still did, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's I had some fun with it, so definitely looking forward. Because I mean, this is going to be another one, day one Game Pass. I'll just try it like that, you know.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Then they showed Dragon Age Veilguard. Looked good.
Yeah. Has there so the second Dragon Age that's like 12, 15 years ago now, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
It's been a while. Yeah.
So they also showed. So this next one, I was like, oh, this has got to be. Is this going to be like Dead Space Part 2 or what? But no, it turned out to be Starfield Shattered Space, and it looks like they're taking a horror turn
Yeah.
in this expansion. So, all right,
It looks interesting.
it does. It looks great. They also announced that during this part that they released a bunch of new content on Sunday as well, like
Oh.
right away. And this Shattered Space is doesn't have a date yet, but it's still coming sometime in 2024. You know,
Right on.
that just triggered me to mention something. I got
Are
triggered
you
off.
you
I'm
triggered?
triggered.
Okay.
Um, I kind of miss the days of these shows where they would show something that they're just like kind of working on. Like,
Sure.
this thing's 6 years out, but get excited. I've noticed all these state of plays are very. It's gonna be within a year sort of thing, or like
Sure, yeah.
early 2025, or
Hmm.
which I guess is only 6 months away now. I'll let you compute that. You're welcome.
And do we have to talk about the next one, or can we just skip the next one? Pretend it doesn't happen.
Well, also, I think it's fun to mention that Fallout 76 is still chugging along.
There's still money in there somewhere, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fallout 76 getting a new update. You get to play as a ghoul. Good for
Mm-hmm.
you. We're happy for you. Yeah, stuff.
So this sofa, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, it looked like your typical kind of dragons and RPG
Mm-hmm.
type thing, but this South of Midnight, they've shown stuff about this before, and I'm kind of intrigued. Like, I really like the animation style. Like, it seems like kind of low frame rate or something, or I
Yeah.
don't know. It's very cool.
Yeah, no, it's got like a Cajun kind of
Yeah.
atmosphere there. It's good. It's funny we just made fun of Fallout 76 for, kicking blood out of a stone until
Oh.
every single penny is out of a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Making that game look like a new game. World of Warcraft has a new DLC
Expansion, yes.
expansion, yeah. That's wow.
It is WoW because it's World of
It's
Warcraft.
wow. That's right. I can't believe they're still making
I
these.
know, right? It's it's crazy.
I mean, this is going on 20 years for this game. How
Yeah.
about making a World of Warcraft 2?
Why? At this point. Like,
Or how about Warcraft 4?
ooh, there you
No,
go.
like actually make an RTS.
Yeah. Yep.
And then some more dumb games. Dumb game, dumb game, dumb game, stupid game.
Uh,
All
well,
right, you can talk about your games. You go ahead.
that's what we're here for, Rob. So Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, we saw the official trailer for that, which is a Konami's remake of that title.
Yeah, still Kojima-less.
Still Kojima-less. Sea of Thieves. Apparently you can become a villain now. Dun dun dun.
Wasn't that like isn't the game called Sea of Thieves?
Yeah,
Like, aren't thieves already villains? Like basically politicians?
something like
Trudeau
that.
joke. Trudeau, that's right.
Um,
Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. I don't recall that one. There was a
Poor
lot of
Don.
there was a lot of there was a lot of like very RPG heavy looking games.
Yeah, and a lot of like third person action or like
Yeah,
yeah,
turn based action. It kind of looked like, and
yeah.
very
It's a game.
very Final Fantasy. Oh, but uh, something that had me giggling like a little schoolgirl was they showed some actual gameplay of Perfect Dark.
That's right. And I
Um,
didn't catch on it was Perfect Dark until about 3/4 of the way through the video.
right? Yeah,
I was like, what did they call her? Ancient Dark.
yeah,
Good gravy.
yeah. It looks like it's going to be a first person open world kind of. I hate to use the comparison, but like Ubisoft esque kind of mission based game. Like, it, looks good. It looks really good.
So is Rare still making that?
No,
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 somebody else.
somebody else.
Dumb.
They, it's a company that has a whole bunch of developers from other big big developers. Like they left their jobs, and it's
Oh,
I think it's called The Initiative.
oh, okay, okay,
It's their
gotcha.
first big game.
How long
So
till they get bought by?
yeah, well,
Yeah,
They already are bought by
it's
Microsoft.
true.
Yeah,
So they'll break them up. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Because it's funny, no one mentioned that during the thing. It's like, oh, thank you to all our small studios. I'm like, say their names, Phil. Talk about Arcane.
yeah.
Talk about.
Uh huh.
How about you stop firing people, Phil? Don't buy and then.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't go on a buying spree and then just sell them off
I
for parts.
I watched this a little jaded. I like every time I saw Phil on stage, I was like, you ass.
Yeah.
And I can say that because he'll never actually see this or care what I think anyway. But yeah,
Hmm.
just considering all the layoffs, sometimes there's just things like this where it's like I don't really want to hear what you have to say. Just show the videos.
Yeah. Show me the videos.
Show me the videos.
Um, Speaking of videos, they showed the cinematic for the new Diablo 4 expansion, Vessel of Hatred.
Yeah, which is a pretty metal sounding name.
Yeah, it's sufficiently
Vessel of hatred.
sufficiently gruesome
Yep,
trailer.
yep. Gory and gruesome, you bet. Fills you with hope.
Then they showed. Oh yeah, they showed some Fable.
Yeah,
Another trailer for Fable.
still expected in 20. This is the game that I keep thinking is done.
Yeah.
And we're just going to see a thing that they announce and it's done.
Um.
By Playground Games, the same people who make Forza Horizon.
Yeah. And actually, didn't it mention? No, no, that was Perfect Dark. So it's the Initiative and Eidos
Oh, yeah.
are
Okay.
making that. Yeah, working on it together. Um, th- then they showed Frag Punk, which is a 5x5 shooter with a card twist. Like you draw cards at the beginning of a match, and so cards are basically like your power ups or super moves, but they're randomized, I guess.
Yeah. Kind of felt like they were just mixing genres. It's like,
Yeah,
hey, everyone likes Slay the Spire.
we'll just throw this against the wall and see what happens. Winterboro, it looks sufficiently cute. Looked like a, I don't know, like a Stardew Valley esque type little builder. So,
Yep.
uh,
Yeah.
mixtape from the makers of the Artful Escape.
Eh,
Yeah,
yeah. It's like, hey, we got some rights to some 80s songs.
yeah.
Let's
Hopefully,
make something emo.
um, so I've figured out what Microsoft Flight Simulator's goal is now, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep.
to have every single job that an airplane can be used for in their game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Airplanes, helicopters, gliders,
So just
jetpacks.
some of the ones they're adding are agriculture, so you can go spray crops, search and rescue.
Spray your crops.
They have cargo transport.
Transfer your cargo.
Um, you can be a firefighter.
I'll fight your. Okay, that doesn't really work.
Yeah,
Yeah. So more planes.
yeah, cool.
Cool. Yep.
They
Yep.
showed a new expansion for Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
A new Life is Strange game called Double Exposure.
Let a game that'll help you find your feelings
Mm-hmm.
that you repressed deep inside.
They had a nice big trailer for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. How do you feel about that one, Rob?
How do I feel about that one? Can't do worse than the last movie. Um, at least CGI Indiana doesn't occasionally fly his plane into a building.
Right. Crash land his plane. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it looked good. The cinematic, I mean, that's probably going to be the main thing about it. I heard Harrison Ford has absolutely nothing to do with this movie. It's
yeah,
voiced by somebody else there. Yeah,
yeah.
it's probably good. They don't want to leave him alone. He might wander off somewhere.
Yeah, they don't want that responsibility.
No, no. I'm Indiana. Yes, you are
Yes,
Harrison.
you are.
That's
Harrison.
right. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going searching for treasure.
Someone changed my diaper. Okay.
Then they showed a trailer for Mecha Break, which is just giant Japanese-looking robots fighting each other.
I was starting to tune out a little bit at this point in the show.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, look, another Japanese game. That's good. It's samurais. Woo!
Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
Yep.
A Souls-like set in the late Ming Dynasty.
Yep.
Avowed, which is apparently still coming in 2024.
Sure.
Yeah. But that's from the guys who made what's the studio now?
That's so Raven.
Yes, 1 and 2.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can. Fuck. Yeah,
That's
it's completely gone.
it's train derailed.
Atomfall. You know, it looks cool.
It does. I kind of smirked a couple times. I'm like, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, but then I'm like,
It,
Atomic Heart looked friggin' awesome, and
it did. It did.
and it was a disaster.
Yeah, it was.
Showed some more of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
So are they at the one where it's like every second one, right?
Every
Is that the way it works?
every second
For
one, what?
is Assassin's Creed the series where every second one is awful?
Oh, it might be.
I never remember. It's
Hmm.
like, are they on the good one now or the bad one?
Right.
Yeah. It's another game.
Yeah.
Start in
It's
Japanese times.
it's
Starring
funny
samurais.
there was a new
Haven't seen one of those for like two trailers.
right.
Yeah.
They had a new Assassin's Creed last year, but I don't think it made any splash at all. It was like
No,
back to their origins or whatever. So
yeah, I mean, maybe this is the good one then.
yeah,
I don't know. I'm getting kind of worn out of like samurai games set in
Mhm.
Japan because I'm racist.
horribly racist.
I mean, maybe I am. I am a white guy in Alberta, so I must be. Um, I don't know. I'm just tired of the genre. It's like, hey, you like samurais? You like hard games?
Mm-hmm.
We got another one for
Boy,
you,
we got one for you.
boy. And this next one here, they went out of their way to say, hey, I know it sounds like they're speaking Russian. It's not a Russian game. It's from the Ukraine.
Yes.
You notice that they're like, hey,
Yeah.
from our game studio in the Ukraine, not Russia. It's
Mhm.
not Russia. It's Ukraine.
Yes.
I'm like, okay.
Even in the notes here that we're looking at, GSC
From Ukraine.
Game World
Yeah.
from the Ukraine.
Yep. Not Russia. Yeah.
Um,
Stalker 2.
Stalker
don't
2,
know.
Heart of Chernobyl.
Yeah. You ever play any of Stalker 1? I mean, it was a big enough game.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah. What about those new Xboxes? Do you care?
Well, I mean,
they-
they announced an all digital Series X finally.
Yeah. You know how much cheaper for? $50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's what they did with when they were doing they had the all digital Series S,
It's just funny
or not
because
not oh my god, what was their last naming convention?
the
Um,
ones,
yeah, the 1S. They had the all
yeah.
digital 1S, and there was only
The,
$50 left too.
yeah, it just seems like this is the stage in the game where we should be getting like slim versions where it's quite a bit cheaper.
Yeah,
And it's like, hey, how about one without a disk drive? And you'll save $50. I'm like, I don't know. I get cool, I guess.
yeah. Also, I kind of like I've kind of got the feeling like their Series S is kind of like dwindling away, but no, they're putting out a new one with more memory in it.
Well, the Series S is the one that everyone seems to buy because it's like it's priced right.
Yeah,
You can get games to your computer for like $300. It's
yeah, that's true, right?
yeah, it's not as powerful as an X, but like the 2 terabyte X is almost in like gaming computer.
Did you get an S?
I do have an S.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's right
Oh
here.
yeah, look at that. Nice.
Poke, poke, poke.
But it's only got 512 in it though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man,
Yep,
their expansion memory is yikes.
it is.
The
It definitely is. So you do a lot of juggling with
I
installing and uninstalling,
I
but
mean I have a terabyte in
I
my
bet you
X.
do.
I do. And yeah, I mean I still do a lot of juggling.
Mm-hmm.
Um but that's what we got fast internet for, right?
That's right. Super fast internet.
And then their one more thing was Gears of War E-Day, which apparently is a prequel to the series.
Yeah. If you're a Gears of War fan,
Yeah,
you're probably excited about that.
I still have yet to try one.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But
Um,
yep, that was Microsoft. What do you think of it overall?
I was
How was the?
I was getting a little tired by the end. There was a lot going
I
on.
was too. Yeah. It's like, hey,
There was a lot going on.
in a world with samurai comes another samurai game.
Yeah.
Do you like first-person shooters?
The only thing that would have made it better was the announcement of Forza Horizon 6. That's the only thing that would have had me
Right. Yeah, that would
right
have been cool. I guess Playground are busy
on Fable. So
on Fable. Oh, I just removed one of my links. Darn it. That's why we can't have nice things. Although we don't really need to talk about the next one, but
well,
oh no, sorry. Sorry, I apologize. No, I mean the next one. Feel free to talk about the next
yeah.
one. I kind of skipped.
So that's okay. I did just after the day after Activision came out, because they also announced that Black Ops 6 is gonna be on Gamepass day one, which is pretty huge. Like that's
Sure.
like not for me. I don't play the COD, but on October 25th, if you have Game Pass, you will be able to play COD 6. But they announced that
Yeah.
so there are 3 tiers right now to Game Pass, right? Because they got rid of the whole games with gold and
Sure.
I forget what they called their internet access one before Xbox
The-
Live.
Sure.
Sure. So
I
so that's called Xbox Core now. That's the one that if you need to just have internet access, you get Game Pass Core, and that gives you internet access and limited access to the catalog. There's some stuff that does show up in there, but not everything. Um. So, and then console. If you have Xbox, just console,
Mhm.
which is you can get console or PC, and that just to run one or the other.
Did something just change on your mic? All of a sudden, you're like 3 times louder, and every time you talk, there's a huge whoosh of static.
Oh,
Oh, that was good.
was it?
Can you talk again?
I can talk again. Is that better?
Yeah, the static's gone.
Oh, weird.
Sorry, carry on.
I will not move. I will stay in this position. No. Uh, so yeah, so they have Game Pass console and PC, which is just that gives you the full access to all the Game Pass games and everything. And then they have Ultimate, which is the top tier. So if you have Game Pass console, you'll have campaign access. So if you have Game Pass console or PC, you'll get campaign access to Call of Duty, but not the full game. You have to subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate to get the full game. So if you're on console, you can just play the campaign.
Interesting.
Which is, totally not the point of Call of Duty.
No, it's
Right.
like everyone
It's
who's
like-
playing it is, yeah.
It's like an added bonus for those days when your buddies aren't online for you yet. Right? So it's interesting, but I mean, cool nonetheless. Like, we'll have to see how that plays out. We'll have to report on that. Yeah, I didn't. You watched it. I didn't get a chance to. The next thing, later in the day on Sunday, they had the PC Gamer.
Yep. They
Uh-huh.
sure did.
And there was 70 plus trailers.
Yeah, and there's nothing really worth.
Not
The
too much,
two
right?
hosts were awful.
Like we were scrolling through this before the show there, and I'm like, man,
I don't care about any
Yeah.
of these.
I mean, if I've seen some of the actual trailers, I should go back and
No.
watch these. No?
It wouldn't have helped. I'm trying to think of anything here I actually care about. And this is the thing, like, there's not much left for PC Gamer after the fact of the other shows because there's not much to that's only computer only
Yeah.
nowadays.
Like it might come to PC first, but if it's any sort of a hit or
Yeah.
anything like that, then it tends to show up on all the consoles, right?
Yeah, like maybe Killing Floor 3.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Streets of Rogue 2. I mean, that was a fun little game, the first one.
that is a game.
You didn't like Streets of Rogue?
I don't know. I mean, there's things here that are kind of neat.
Yeah, but I get
guess-
it's like Streets of Rogue is definitely something that's gonna come out on PC and then be on everything.
Yeah.
Same with Citizen Sleeper 2. That was out on everything. The first one. Odin.
Yeah. Cat Quest 3.
Cat Quest 3.
We were just talking about that one. I unironically enjoyed the Cat Quest series.
Oh.
And then a bunch of these games are on. Yeah, there's nothing really to jump out here.
Okay.
It was a show. Yeah.
And then
Yeah, this next one I didn't see, so
I watched the first half of it.
yeah.
So they showed a bunch of gameplay of. Oh, so I'm jumping way ahead. So Monday, June 10th, was the Ubisoft Forward,
Right.
and they showed a bunch of gameplay of Star Wars Outlaws. And I gotta say, man, I'm kind of looking forward to this. I'm gonna definitely play this game. It looks pretty.
Sure.
It looks pretty fun.
Are you going to get the $195 one special edition or the
Oh my god!
$235 one? Which one are you going to get?
The $79.99 one that comes.
Just the regular game. Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I don't know. Star Wars games for me, I can't get excited about them day one. I have to kind of see because we've been over saturated with like Star Wars games we were excited about, and then
Yeah. I mean, this is
meh.
boasting to be the first open world Star Wars game, which I was kind of like, but what? What was Knights of the Old Republic?
Well, it wasn't Knights of the Old Republic kind of an open world. It's
No,
like yeah, but
that's
we
an
changed
MMO.
our definition of what an open world game is,
Mm-hmm.
and we're Ubisoft. We either do open world really good or really really bad.
Yeah. Um,
And then you know what I was really excited about, Ryan?
the next part.
There's another samurai game.
No, this is the same one. This
It's the
is
same one, yeah.
it's Assassin's Creed Shadows. They showed more footage.
Yep.
Um, they also announced that there's going to be a free content upgrade to Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
Oh, is that a game?
Yeah, yeah, that's
How
a
do
new game that came
Okay.
out this year.
Ah, cool.
Um, the Rogue Prince of Persia, which is we talked about that before. That's the one that is coming from the developer of um, one of the developers of Dead Cells.
Oh, okay.
It's out.
Yep.
It's out on early access right now, actually. If you wanted to, if you wanted to buy it and give it a try.
Huh. Okay.
But
Okay.
the thing that kind of got me excited is that they announced. Well, I was excited at first, and then
Uh huh.
then they mentioned the date.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
had some troubles.
yeah, the Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Man, like, I loved the Sands of Time. I actually I bought that and on my GameCube and played it from beginning to end. I freaking loved that game, and so I'm kind of excited about this. You know, this they're redoing it,
Yeah.
and but they announced it's for 2026.
Yeah. They've had some huge development issues with that game.
Yeah,
It
crazy.
could be whichever one of those. It might beat Fable out,
Right.
but it most likely won't. So it'll be whether Fable comes out, that Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, or Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Hmm. There's another one of they can add to that list, eh?
Yeah, and they didn't even talk about it here.
No, they didn't.
This is the only reason to watch a Ubisoft. Is it
Show me
Beyond Good and
more.
Evil?
Show me more Good and Evil too.
Oh, it's never happening.
Um,
Uh, Instead, we get this guy.
yeah. Next up, they showed some uh, X Defiant, which I think is out.
It's a free to play shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's their it's their it's Ubisoft, so like you play as I think you can play as Sam from Splinter Cell, and
Yeah,
I
you can
think
play in a bunch of intellectual IPs that they won't make into their own games.
yeah. Um,
Yep.
then they ended the show with Anno 117 Pax Romana.
Yeah.
Apparently they're remaking a 25-year-old economic sim real-time strategy game.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't get Beyond Good and Evil 2. But oh,
Oh,
I'm just going to text this guy back. Sorry. Just on call. What's up?
all right.
Sorry, just a little bit of real
Yeah.
world there.
No problem. Well, that actually came at a good time because
Yeah.
that's it for news. Did we give you
Yep.
enough?
I think,
Did you
yeah.
do you feel like you've drank from the fire hose uh, gaming information. We sure have.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
Summer Game Fest isn't even over yet, so we'll see what else comes. We'll have that for our next show. Um, we'll move on into what we're playing.
Sounds like a
Do you need
plan.
to take a call, Rob? Or
No, I just texted him like, "Hey, I'm on a call. What's up?"
okay,
So we'll
okay.
see what he says.
Well, I'll start off the what we've been playing then, Rob.
All right.
So V Rising, a game that showed up on my best of list 2 years ago. Yeah, because it
Mm-hmm.
was the same year I made Vampire Survivor my game of the year. It was in early access, and it has been up until a few weeks ago, and they had their final 1.0 release, or their
Ah,
first 1.0 release officially out. And they've really streamlined how you like start that game. I mean, every time I've played, I've been playing with friends who are really into it, and they just kind of guide me along, and you know, that sort of thing. But now they actually have like guidance on how to start the game, because I restarted and I've been putting a few hours into it. Um, and I gotta say, I still like that game. Like, it really is. What if you cross Diablo with a vampire builder survival game?
oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, if you ever see it on sale, Rob, pick it up. It's fun. I just guaranteed Rob will never play that game.
Rob's never gonna buy that game.
Next up, so I kind of burned myself out again on Timberborn. I played the crap out of it, and I needed a new kind of mindless, clicky type builder game.
Mm-hmm.
So off Gamepass, I tried Against the Storm. I heard a lot of cool things about that. I'm still learning the game, but it seems um, like you kind of build up an area trying to beat a storm that's coming, and you've got all your typical um, like you've got your foresters who are taking down the forest, and your miners who are mining, and you're building stuff and trying to build a little town. But from what I've heard, at when the storm gets there, it wipes it all out, and but you get to keep some of your resources and spend it on something
Hmm.
to make your next round easier.
Okay.
So yeah, so I've been putting a little time into that. Still not I'm still not fully getting it, but that just takes a little time, I think.
Hmm.
And I don't know. Should I wait to talk about this one, Rob? Do you want to talk about one of your
Oh
games
no,
and then
no, you
no?
go ahead.
So
Absolutely.
a couple of weekends ago, Rob and I got together and we played, put a few hours into River City Girls 2.
Yes.
And yeah, it like if you've played the first one, it's very, very similar. Um, River City definitely has like a layout. Like you kind of move from. I mean, they call it streets, but really it's like room to room. Um, kind
Mm-hmm.
of, kind of trying to, you get a little side quests, and like one of them was like to restore the power so you could use an elevator, and
Yeah, yeah. It was a lot like River City Ransom used to be, but just
yeah.
like a much bigger.
Hmm. I mean the fighting's fun. Um, I had a I found out the character I was using had a powerful dab that she did,
Yep, yep.
and yeah, and I think as you play more and more, you unlock more characters. I think when we were playing, we unlocked the girl who's always getting kidnapped in the Double Dragon games. And I think you were saying you played some more just on your own with her, right?
I did. I ended up rolling credits on River City Girls too, so
Nice.
um I enjoyed that game immensely. Like even more so like I played a lot of River City Girls 1. But 2 just 2 just was even that much more so, like just the amount of moves, and there were a couple extra characters in it. Um was really good. Like and the stories goofy and silly enough that the dialogue's silly. Um, I think I put about 20 hours in it just to roll credits, and there's a whole bunch I can go back to, which I don't know if I will or not. But
Yeah.
and the music honestly is a
Yeah.
huge thing where it's
It is actually. Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah. Um,
But yeah, so that was my last
yeah,
game, and then we played that together.
we did. We played the crud out of it.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna try and get together again here soon. Maybe maybe we'll actually stream our second try at it, so we can add a link for that.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a blast. And yeah, so I played a ton of River City Girls 2, and I was playing a bunch of Battletoads remake, the old. I guess it was a couple years ago now. It was on Gamepass for a while, and
Yeah.
it's fun. The story's kind of entertaining. It had a point where I ended up quitting and just watching the rest of the movie with it. The big reason being is it had a point where you needed to adjust a clock in a time where you had a certain amount of tasks you had to do in a certain amount of time to fix your spaceships. They made it so sensitive to try and get the exact time that I tried for like an hour. I do not have sensitive enough control on the analog stick, especially in a quick experience, that I just ended up quitting and then watching the rest of the videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I was having fun up until then. There were some stages, like they have some almost battle bike ones where you're doing a variety of different things. There was one where you were being chased by a bunch of people, and you were riding on a dead guy, like Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh yeah.
And he wasn't actually dead. He ended up just being knocked unconscious.
Awesome. Okay.
But there were like you had to rail grind. There were 3 different substances like sponge, carpet, and ice where you had to rail grind. And so if you landed on sponge, you had to press Y, and if you landed on carpet, you had to press A. And it just got really fast paced, and that took a while to beat. But that didn't feel as cheap.
Mm-hmm.
What always gets me is I try and remember quick button combos, and I'm always going to go back to Nintendo's format for the buttons.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, A's down here. No, it's not. You're using Microsoft. But I played that on the TV while my wife and kids were out camping. I wasn't invited. It's not that I stayed home to play video games. It was a mom's trip with her sister there.
Nice.
But I had the Steam Deck hooked up to the TV there with a dock, and it's actually quite a pleasant experience.
And then Bluetooth controller to the Steam Deck?
Nope. With the USB hub, I had a Xbox controller wired. Yeah.
Nice. Very
Absolutely.
nice.
I could have hooked up a keyboard or a mouse too if I wanted, and
so
you could theoretically have it upstairs and use it as a computer for like first-person type games. And I guess I could, when you play with the Steam Deck, I could take advantage of the computer downstairs and do the Steam Link.
Right.
Play it on the computer downstairs with the 3070 Ti.
Right.
Yeah.
So, awesome.
Yeah, so, and that's about it. I really wanted to buy another game. I was kind of looking at different games, but there's one I really want to play. And leave a like or a comment if you want to see me play this game, because I loved the crud out of Untitled Goose Game. I put probably 100 hours in that game. There's a game kind of in the same vein called Big Little Kitty Big City. And it looks awesome. And I really want to play this game, and it's like $38. If it comes down $10 more, it would be like a no-brainer for me. But it's like it's not the same makers, but it looks the same style and like
I'm pretty sure it's on Game Pass, eh?
Yeah, but by the time I pay for Game Pass, I bought half of that game
right
permanently. I don't play enough games anymore to make Game Pass worth it. And when I do play games,
I hear you, because I let my subscription lapse this month too. Cause...
Yeah, and with the Canadian exchange rate, it's getting more and more expensive because our dollar bill is awful.
Yeah.
Because of our wonderfully run government constantly spending our money. That's okay. Not getting political.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Not at all.
Not gonna do it.
Yep. Yep. Maybe some more taxes would fix everything.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe gas should be $3 a liter. Anyway, sorry. I remember when gas was $3 a gallon, Ryan.
Yeah.
That was not that long ago.
No.
No.
Gas was 35 cents a liter when I started driving.
I remember. It used to take $10 and it'd be like half a tank.
Mm-hmm.
And you just drove.
Yeah.
You just drove, man. And they'd put the gas into your car.
That too.
They check your oil.
Well, Rob, do you have anything else making you grumpy video game related?
No, I'm fine.
Fine. Stupid.
Stupid gas.
Stupid government. Stupid Florida Panthers.
Yeah.
Stupid
Florida Panthers. Sorry, they're always going to win 4 straight.
Yeah.
I totally believe that.
They gotta.
Yeah. Yeah, so am I closing the show now?
Time to close the show, Rob.
Oh, okay. Hey, guys.
If you're done, I'm done.
All right, I'm definitely done. I need a nap. So thanks for watching us, folks. If you like what you see, and how could you not? Really. Check us out on Facebook at the Grumpy Old Gamers. We've got a like-minded group of older people who enjoy video games. Come chat with us there. Check out the YouTube channel. We have this podcast every X amount of weeks. You can watch Ryan play the same video game for 4 months in a row. That's in there as well. He does streams like every 2 days playing video games. That's why he's so grumpy. You can check out our website if you got nothing better to do and you hate yourself at thegrumpyoldgamers.com. We got some reviews from like 8 years ago, and we still pay the hosting fee for it. And some top 10 lists there. That's great.
Yeah.
If you could check out this podcast we're on Google Podcast, we're on Apple Podcast, we're on Spotify. Check us out on Spotify.
We're on Amazon Podcast too.
They got a podcast thing too?
Yeah.
Good for them.
If you have an Alexa at home, you can actually, I think you can go up to it and say, please play the...
You Can't Teach an Old Gamer New Tricks by the Grumpy Old Gamers.
Yeah.
But you don't even need to say it because they know what you want anyway.
Exactly.
Just think it. They'll play it. I'll save that for the next show. I just thought of something, but I'm going to save that for the next show. So thank you, folks, for watching. As always, have a great night. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.